Hello, everybody. I'm Murli from CIMAGE College, and in today's video, I'm going to discuss about reserved IP address of IPv4. In my last few videos, I have covered a concept about IPv4 and its different classes. So, what is reserved IP address? Just I'm going to my next slide. Reserved IP address. Look, uh, few IP addresses has been reserved for different purposes. In class A and class B. Fine. In class A, I have given you the range. That range is 0 to 127, but its actual range is 1 to 126. Then what is the use of 0 and 127? So to understand it, just see this reserved IP. Actually, 0 and 127 series, these two series are reserved. What is the purpose? Purpose is, look, class A0 series, my first, reserved for default root. And default root means, suppose you have to uh, send data packets to different network, or you can say worldwide network. In that case, you must have routing information in your router of all different networks which are present in the world. But it is not possible for a small router to keep this huge information into the database. Actually, the memory capacity of a small router or home router is very low. That's why it cannot be done. So we simply use a default route concept. If I have to request any packet or I have to send any packet to any different network or from any different network, in that case, we simply forward that packet to the ISP. And for forwarding the packet to ISP, a single default route is used to, to transfer data packet related to any network all over the world. That's why this zero series is used to define default route at a router. Means with the help of a single route, you can transfer data to any network or you can receive data from any. Fine. This is the use of zero series. If I just um, see this second example, 127. 127 series is also reserved. But what is the purpose of this reservation? 127.0.0.1 IP is used for look-back testing. Look-back testing means self-testing. If any service of your machine would like to test itself, in that case, it will use 127.0.0.1. Uh, Suppose I would like to give one more example. Like you have defined a web page and you have to execute it at your own machine browser. If you are going to execute that, in that case, that execution is also done by 127.0.0.1. Actually, this IP is present in all nodes, all computers. You can see this IP also with the help of a command. That command is netstat. Actually, the scope of netstat command is very high, but you can see the loopback IP address of your machine with the help of netstat. Just I'm going to switch command prompt net stat. Simple. See, the way it will give more information, but see. 127.0.0.1 IP. This is actually this is the name of my PC, and this IP address is loopback IP. It is already present in my system. There is no need to define it, and with the help of this IP address, we can test our the different services, websites at a single machine. Fine. So this IP address has been reserved for loopback testing. Fine. Okay. Now what's now these two addresses belongs to class A, but in class B, 169.254. 169 from this range, you can understand that okay, this IP belongs to class B. 169.254 series reserved for the APIPA address. APIPA means automatic private IP address. I'm taking name APIPA. Actually, generally, APIPA is should generally APIPA is used for uh, for uh, for automatic IP access. Means just I would like to give you an example. Suppose your machine is trying to get an IP address from DHCP server. And what is DHCP? DHCP is a protocol that is used to provide IP addresses to different nodes in a network. And if a node is trying to get an IP address from DHCP and that node is not able to get it due to any reason, suppose DHCP is not working, there is a link problem, network issues, anything. If a node is trying to get an IP address and it is not able to get it, in that case, after some time, it assigned an IP address that belongs to this range automatically. That's why it is known as Automatic Private IP Address, APIPA. APIPA. Point. But if you will assign this IP address manually at different node, you can also communicate with this IP address. But mostly we don't use this IP address. Why? Because in case any node is present in your network which is trying to get an IP address from DHCP and that node is not getting it, in that case, it can assign an IP address from this range automatically. So these three ranges are reserved in IPv4. Once again, I'm going to summarize it. 0 series is used for the default route, means to send all data packets for different data network in the world to a single route. And second one is 127 series. This IP address or is used for self-testing of any service. And in class B, 169.254 series IP address is used for automatic assigning of an IP address by a node if that node is not able to get an IP address from the service. So thank you. In my next video, I will explain about the private IP address and public IP address. Thank you.